Paranormal King Radio Network, bringing you the best paranormal hosts and guests. Bringing you the best paranormal shows and features. Playing the top musical artists from around the world. Paranormal King Radio Network. With the best paranormal hosts and guests. The best in paranormal shows and features. Playing the best musical artists from around the world. Paranormal King Radio Network. The paranormal will never be the same.
Hello, I'm Leonard.
Hello, ghost fans, hunters, skeptics, and the man who is trapped in the fortune cookie factory printing out all those delightful fortunes. Welcome to tonight's show. For first-time listeners, my name's Tom. For long-time listeners, how are the kids? We should talk more. Again, here at Skeptic Sanctum, we are pretty damn excited. Pretty diddly darn excited. Because we've got a great show for you tonight on the Skeptic Sanctum. We're live, smack dab in the middle of wonderful frozen Lake Erie, where we've got two surprise guests tonight that we are really excited to let us interview them. But there's a price. We have to play one of their songs they made in exchange. Anyways, I hope you enjoy tonight's show. For I shall be your guide into the familiar unknown.
Hello, I'm Leonard.
The Skeptic Sanctum, what are we? We're taking you, our listeners, off the beaten path roundabout to paranormal radio. While we want to believe, we like to see a little more proof into the unknown. We want facts, history, to believe. And in our quest here at SS, we are wanting to share our findings. For first-time listeners, I'd like to explain a format we use. We're 25% facts, 25% fun, 25% beer, and 25% of stuff we just make up as we go along, plus 60% water. So tonight we're going to give you 100% plus 60% for a total of 160% of pure entertainment fun. Now the topic for the show tonight is something a little special. You see, we had planned to do something on Greek water nymphs, as our unpaid intern said it'd be a great idea to see if we could summon some on the boat that the Horizons of Vancouver gave us last week. We're never listening to her again.
It's really cold here.
Be quiet, you. We didn't find any Greek water nymphs. Plus the lake is frozen. We had to cut out a big piece in the ice so we could find some water. But we did find something more special. Someone special and their slightly lesser-known cousin. And no, they aren't hot. Unless you're into lake monsters.
Hello, I'm Leonard Nimeoy. Few of the great mysteries we will explore are as compelling as the accounts of an unknown beast which lives in a picturesque Scottish lake. A compelling mystery because in spite of the many sightings over hundreds of years, there was little evidence until recently to support the possibility of the creature being real.
And as a matter of record, more than 4,000 sightings have been reported since the turn of the century. The turn of the century. The turn of the century.
If they want their monster, I'll give them their monster.
Tonight, we'll take a hard look at the new evidence. At the new evidence.
I saw the head. It was kind of long featured. There was no waves on either side. It was just a deep swell.
It wasn't moving in the water, but it had this tendency to be vibrating.
The head was like long, pointy.
It was dark. It was, I'd say, 30 feet long.
Well, a few of the monks have seen it. I had the boys investigating this a year or two ago, and we found that about a third of the monks said they had seen it, and about a third of the villagers. I think if you went all around Loch Ness, you might find that a third of the people had seen it. A third of the people had seen it.
Castle Urquhart in the Highlands of northern Scotland dominates the shore of a lake shrouded by mystery.
Maybe Loch Ness is a mirror looking back over the shoulder of time. Maybe Loch Ness is a mirror. Maybe Loch Ness is a mirror looking back over the shoulder of time. As man faces unknown dangers in his pursuit of a legend, he is hampered by the lack of physical evidence.
The team of scientists said tonight they've made sonar contact with a large unidentified object. They described it as of unusual strength and size.
And an army of journalists descended on the loch.
Tonight, we'll take a hard look at the new evidence.
Could this be evidence of a monster?
We have a wish to explore, we have a wish to find things that are unknown. We are attracted by mystery. We are a very curious species.
Since the first human being walked upright, the modern man, he has had an insatiable appetite for superstition and a fear of the unknown. History is filled with legends of wild beings, of creatures and monsters to feed man's sensation of fear. But you're about to witness the unique. But you're about to witness the unique. But you're about to witness the unique.
Yes.
Thank you, Ghost of Leonard Nimeoy. The Loch Ness Monster, dating back to the year 565. There have been records of a monster in the Scottish lake known as Ness. All lakes have a lake monster, or lake monster stories about them, such as Ohio's very own Lake Erie monster, Bessie. However, the Loch Ness Monster has a long and bumpy history. Starting in 1933, when the Spicer family saw a most extraordinary form of animal cross the road in front of their car. Now this is strange. For Scotland, you see, they don't have very many indigenous animals. The red deer is native to Scotland, but it doesn't have a neck that is 25 feet long, and the family had described. The only other large animal that is native to Scotland that could have a body that is 3 feet in height is the Eurasian brown bear. However, that species that lived in Scotland died out in the years around 1000 AD. It was the public's belief in this tale that surged journalists from the Daily Mail and other newspapers to travel out to Loch Ness to try to get a picture of this cryptid or undiscovered but documented species. It was this media frenzy that led to prankster Robert Kenneth Wilson, a very well-known surgeon and women's health doctor in London at the time, to take what is known as the surgeon's photograph. It was published in 1934.
Nessie has something to say about that. Yes, that picture. I'm being told that has really irritated Nessie's grandmother here. It caused people to come out in droves to the lake. So many different types of people that even in 1938, the then sheriff of the county where the Loch Ness is located had sent a letter in to the Scottish government for aid to keep the Lake Monster safe because people were coming in with loaded weapons to hunt the majestic creature all over a fake photo.
Fake? What do you mean fake? What photograph is this that we're talking about here? Not the really nice looking one that's black and white and the monster's head is poking right up out of the water?
Yeah, just that one, actually.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true. You see, the guy who supposedly took the photograph, Wilson, he actually didn't. It was taken by a big game hunter named Marmaduke Wetherall. Wetherall was kind of a big prankster in his time. He had, the year prior, gotten into trouble by faking Nessie's footprints with a rhino's left foot ashtray. When the prints were being examined, the Daily Mail had concluded that there was no difference between the prints that were there and a rhino's left foot.
Wait a second. Wait, a rhino's left foot. How would the Daily Mail know that Nessie didn't have left rhino feet?
Well, I don't think it wasn't that they knew if Nessie did or didn't have these rhino feet. It was just they'd never seen any prints before until Wetherall had turned some in. And if there was a creature with rhino feet living in Scotland, they would have been all over the place and everyone would have been seeing them.
All right. Well, rhino feet or not, how did he go about taking that picture?
Well, Wetherall's son-in-law and the man's own son had worked together with the guy to make this little toy submarine that had a wooden head to prop it up from the water. However, Wetherall knew if he was going to get this fake picture published, he couldn't just take the photos and get them developed himself. So he called up his friend Wilson and asked him, Hey, dude.
Dude, really, Raven? What were these guys, American hippies?
Oh, okay, wait, no. Hello, chap. Wilson, you fine gentleman. I have an inquiry to ask of you.
Oh, can I be Wilson?
Oh, yes, sure. And now Wilson does say yes.
Oh, I do say, Wetherall, my good chap. Of course. Well, wait. What if they were Scottish?
Okay, no, see, they weren't Scots. Because the Scottish people actually wanted to keep Nessie to themselves. Loch Ness was really just being invaded by all these people looking for the monster. Now Wetherall then goes, Oh, Wilson, it'll be grand. My boy and a few other chaps here took a picture over the fake Nessie, and then they're gonna they've made it look really real. And if you would do this for me, you fine man, I just want you to publish this in the Daily Mail for me.
And Wilson, of course, said yes.
Well, of course he did. And for such a popular and successful doctor, who would think he made it up?
That is pretty amazing. Anyway, now we've got a quick word from our sponsor. And when we get back, we've a special treat from Nessie and Bessie. It's late at night. You've been sleeping soundly until something touches you and you awake. You're used to this, though. You've always had things touch you. Cats, high-riding jeans, that airline security officer after you jokingly said you had a bomb stuck in your butt. This was different. This was cold. You look up, awake. A form stands over you. A mightily translucent form that looks remarkably like your grandfather. But you could be wrong. You've only seen pictures. You feel safe. You're not afraid. You weren't. Then he says, Oops, sorry. Did I wake you during tickle time? Not all hauntings are fun. Some can be scary. But who do you talk to? At the Poe's Center of Night Terrors, they understand. Us at Skeptics, Sanctum, have been using their services for years. Sometimes a bad haunting sticks with you. The PCNT will not judge you for your stories. They will not think you are making them up. They will not say you're crazy. The PCNT will listen. They will care, because like you, they've been there. The Poe Center of Night Terrors, because experiences should be shared without judgment.
All right, thank you for helping us out, Post Centers of Night Terrors. They actually sent us a big giant bucket of pens for their support.
Woohoo! Yay, pens!
And the first 10 callers this evening do get a free pen.
Woohoo! Yay! Okay, we're just getting to that, Nessie. Listeners, Nessie here is not just in Lake Erie visiting her cousin. They are also here, the two of them, because Cleveland, Ohio, in case you don't know, houses the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they figured where else to drop their song, A Myth's Ballad. So here is Nessie and Bessie's debut single, A Myth's Ballad. That was Bessie, Nessie. That was fabulous. Thank you so much. Where did the violins come from?
I don't know. I was actually really impressed. I didn't think the lake monsters could do something.
I didn't even think they had opposable thumbs.
Hey, intern Phoenix back at the studio, calling in. What did you think of that?
That was just fan-tiddly-tastic.
Fan-tiddly-tastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
We really liked it, Nessie, and I'm sure our listeners did too. Thank you so very much. I mean, the bubbles were a nice touch.
All right. Thank you, Nessie. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Now, Nessie, a couple questions for you. Yeah. Before the show started, you were saying something about how all the Scottish lochs have monsters, or at least monster stories about them.
Oh, that is interesting. Well, that does make sense. Listeners, in case you have trouble hearing Nessie, it is hard to get the mic up to such a long neck. They were explaining the stories of the Scottish war horses, Kelpie.
Kelpie? A Kelpie sounds like a cute little cuddly thing, not something someone would base a monster off of.
Well, the language experts actually really even aren't sure where it came from either. They think it came from the Gaelic word for colt, baby horse, but even they're unsure.
So, let me get this straight. Kelpie. Aye. Give me some haggis for my Kelpie, yeah?
Oh my god, no.
Yeah?
No.
Kelpie.
Kelpie!
Yeah, okay. Kelpie. Que paso?
Kelpie!
Hey! Va molto bene!
Kelpie!
Bellissimo! Kelpie! What?
Oh my marbles, guys. Anyways.
Kelpie!
Oh my god. Okay, I'm taking the mic away from you.
Kelpie!
Anyways, the Kelpie was more or less used as a story for two things. To scare children away from the lochs, which it mostly did, and to also warn them to stay away from strangers.
Ooh. Strange water horses. Well, I think anyone would, no offense, Nessie, but wouldn't most children want to avoid a giant monster anyway?
Well, unlike, or actually possibly like Nessie here, the Kelpie can take human form. They take this form in order to lure people into their lakes so they can eat them.
Really? Now, from what I know about such creatures, and I don't know very much at all, is there a way to tell if this monster turned human is a monster or not? I mean, what kind of telltale sign is there that you're dealing with a Kelpie and not a human?
Okay, it is said that the Kelpie, when it looks human, has maybe gills or hooved feet. The latter being of Christian influence, as the stories of water horses existed before Christianity, but the monks at the time, they weren't just Irish or Scottish or Brits, they came in from all over Europe. When they were writing down these stories, just wanted to make sure that they had stories written down that people would be able to relate to continue to teach moral lessons. Now, a lot of the stories that the Kelpies would have whenever they're trying to lure in a victim, they would say there's somebody drowning in a nearby lake and that they needed help to go find them. Or they'd be really beautiful and try to seduce people to the lake. But the thing is that Kelpies usually would take the form of men. Beautiful men. So if you see a beautiful man and he's got water reeds or something in his hair and he's hot and you're not, he's probably a Kelpie.
Well, I'll have to keep an eye out for that, but I don't think any handsome man is going to lure me into the lake.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I mean, you could possibly, I mean, it could happen.
I don't think so. Anyway, I'll keep an eye out for that. But Nessie can't be drowning people. I mean, I don't see any news of people drowning in Loch Ness.
Well, that is more or less correct. I've been looking on my phone here for drowning reports from Loch Ness, and I'm not seeing any. So it is safe to say that while Nessie is a Kelpie, Nessie isn't a Kelpie.
But might be a water horse, but not a man-eating water horse?
Correctamundo.
Well, looking at the time, I think it's time for another word from our sponsor.
You're alone. You're walking in the woods in the cold Canadian wilderness. You're lost. It's been how many days since you've seen civilization, another person, a face that isn't a bear's? You don't remember. How could that travel agency that we will leave unnamed leave you here, do this to you? The tour guide stole everything. Even the bus. The bus driver, you already had to eat him. He didn't taste very good. To avoid situations like this, you think to yourself, as you begin to saw off your pinky finger, the pinky finger that will give you energy for the next maybe 2 days. Maybe I should have used a different travel agency. you should have. Next time you want to travel, you should go with Horizons of Vancouver. We will never ditch you out in the Canadian wilderness to the mercy of bears and the responsibility of dragging around the carcass of the former tour bus driver in order to eat him. So next time you are feeling adventurous, give us a call or find us online at horizonsofvancouver.com. Book your tours today.
Hi, Tom here. I can't thank Horizons of Vancouver enough for what they've done here for Skeptic Sanctum. And we are not only lucky to have them as a sponsor, but we are also clients. We've booked bunches of excursions, and not one of us has ever been eaten by a bear. I think that's pretty astonishing.
Yeah,
it's a good
wow,
record, yeah. But I do recommend that if you book a trip with them, take a buddy, and preferably a buddy that runs slower than you. That way there, just to be safe. Maybe your mother-in-law, or that weird guy at the office who beat you out of promotions all the time, or a telemarketer. And because of their sponsorship, they have offered us a special deal. So a special treat for Skeptic Sanctum listeners, Horizons of Vancouver is hosting a Bigfoot Adventure Week coming in June. For just $3,997 per person, an untrained guide will drop you off in the middle of the Pacific Northwest, where you will spend 7 days and 6 nights living off the land alone. Sounds like a grand time. So, if you're interested, make sure you use the promo code SKEPTIC to get this great special offer. I'm in. I don't know about you guys.
I'm in.
Totally
in. Bigfoot in June.
Yeah, Bigfoot in June.
And we will interview him in June.
Oh my gosh, what a deal. What a bargain. I like that.
All right. Well, anyways, welcome back, listeners. I hope you had a good restroom break. We sure did. We do have some letters in.
It's mail time?
It's mail time!
I love mail time.
Alrighty, the first one comes in from Maureen from Holland.
Holland?
We got international listeners.
Wow, we are internationally known.
That's amazing. Okay, she writes, Dear Skeptics crew, I'm married a Kelpie.
Oh, what?
That is like a World Weekly News headline right there.
Why couldn't she call in? That would be cool.
I know. I would have liked to talk to her.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I married a Kelpie after enslaving him as a horse for a year. Does this make me a bad person? I can't believe we're giving relationship advice.
Maureen, That's pretty interesting, Maureen. I don't know what to tell you. A Kelpie is a mythical, dangerous beast that, from what I understand, is they get you to ride on their back and they excrete glue, which forces you can't get off, and they take you underwater and drown you. That's what I understand about a Kelpie.
Yes, well, there's actually a myth. There's a myth kind of like what Maureen was saying here about this girl, and she met this really beautiful guy. He just kind of walked out into the woods and was like, hey, chica, do you want to go get married?
Hey, chica,
hey,
really?
Hey, chica, do you want to go eat? And so she's like, sure. Well, they go and they have like copious amounts of intercourse in the underbrush.
Can you say intercourse on the radio?
Intercourse.
Okay, I guess intercourse is okay.
Intercourse. And well, she's in, but he's like a really heavy sleeper. So while he's sleeping, she kind of like runs off. I don't know if she got dressed or anything, but she runs off to the local village old guy. And she's like...
Village old guy.
The village old guy.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, old guy who might be a wizard, I need to know something. This guy, I was like having copious amounts of intercourse with him, and he also wants me to marry him. I didn't say yes yet. We just kind of started doing it, and I was just kind of wondering, because he has this silver thing on his face.
A silver thing?
Apparently, they didn't mention this until later on in the story, that he was wearing a bridle thing, that horse muzzle, to stop it from biting you.
Well, kinky.
Oh wait, no, that's the guide the horse. I'm sorry. Only dogs wear muzzles, and some people, like intern Phoenix.
Gotta keep her muzzled.
So she goes, and after he tells her to just remove the silver majigger, because the silver majigger might be keeping him in a human form. So she goes and removes it, and he turns into a kelpie. The thing is that what she has in her hands, the silver bridle thing, that is a source of his power. He can't create the glue, and it just makes him into a normal horse. So she goes back to her dad's farm, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, I screwed this horse."
Yeah, okay, enough of that.
Well, in the end, they ended up getting married and had lots of kelpie babies.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Maureen, I don't think you're a bad person. You're following history's path for you. Good job.
Okay, bestiality. Great. Next topic.
Well, actually, we do have some more mail
Oh,
here.
mail, good.
Yes, we got some emails in, actually. This one is from a Death Omen at 666.com.
What?
And he says, "Hi guys, I'm a newbie to your show.
Well, welcome aboard, Death Omen.
Really nice to have you here." And then we have Sana at thisisarellyhotbooth.com, and she actually kept sending us a lot of emails. I don't think she figured out how to use the website real quick, or maybe she's having computer problems, but that is a-okay, because sometimes we have problems too. So, see, she really liked our show tonight.
Oh, good.
All right, yes.
Let's see what else. Oh, Josh1238. I didn't know Charlie Brown was taught by Nessie. Wow.
Yeah, well, see, actually, yes, Nessie actually has a very vivid voice acting career.
So she was Charlie Brown's teacher and parents and all the adults?
Yes, she did all of them. Yeah.
Well, good for Nessie.
And she actually did Chewbacca.
Really?
Yeah, they want to tell you otherwise, but she actually did Chewbacca too.
Fantastic. That is awesome.
And then we got one from King at Ross.com, and they go, and he says that let's see, the scariest part of the show has to be the Horizons of Vancouver sponsorship.
They are a great organization, and like I said, none of us at Skeptic Sanctum has ever been eaten by a bear. Almost, but never eaten by a bear.
And I do have to make a correction. Death Omen did just send us another email. I got her gender wrong, and I do apologize. And Sana is also a man, I am being told. And you know what? It's opposite day because I said it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent.
Then it isn't.
All right, well, enough of the mail today, and now it's time for one of our favorite shows. We're going to pass it back to the studio in Phoenix for the horoscopes.
Well, hello everybody, and this is our our second horoscope reading of the series. We have Cancers. It's your time right now. Your skills are at their peak. Right now, you should be riding the crest of the high and beautiful wave. I'm clearly not a Cancer. Anyways, Gemini. Now is the time for you to be splitting away from the things that aren't working out for you, like that diet. It's not working out for your badonkadonk. It's beautiful. You're beautiful. Taurus. Your pet rat bit you this morning. Maybe you should rethink your relationship. Aries, that hailstorm of drama you caused in the office is about to die down. Someone else is taking the fault for it this week. Leo, Things will be blocking your path. Mostly Lego blocks. I recommend you should probably wear some shoes. Boots are preferred. Virgo. Good thing you avoided Aries this week. That drama in the office really got gnarly. Libra. You and Scorpio have been spending a lot of time together recently. Now is perhaps the time to end the relationship. While things have been going swimmingly, they have some news for you that might scare you, and it's best you don't hear it. Scorpio. Tell the Libras in your life that you love them. Venus is in your favor this week. Sagittarius. There's a letter in your mailbox. It's a good letter. Maybe. Someone may have drawn a picture of a butt and might have put it in your letter. Who wants to see butts? Let's see. Capricorn. Has stress really been getting to you? Feel like you're being worn down due to sadness? This shall pass. At least you aren't Aries. Aquarius. Sometimes perfection can be your enemy. Have fear and everything you do for the next few days. People will expect less from you, and you can live stress-free for some time. Pisces. You, Pisces, stop doing what you're doing. You'll never get to the end of it if you keep stopping to overthink everything. Sometimes it's just best to pull through ahead. For the time being, it will work out for you.
Well, thank you so much, unpaid intern Phoenix, for those wonderful horoscopes. Now, it's time for the weather.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding. Hello, again. Time for the weather. Today, there are volcanoes raining slowly from the sky. In other news, there was a solar eclipse down in the region of Africa. For all of you in the North American region, you'll get to witness yet another supermoon. So, listeners, watch for the skies for falling lava.
Thank you, Weather Girl, unpaid intern Phoenix.
All right, I think, as we've got a big, nice chunk of time left, I think it's all time for our favorite segment.
Oh boy.
The call-ins.
Woohoo!
And let me tell you what, the lines are just ringing and ringing and ringing. The phone buttons on this thing, I don't even know what they are called. They are so lit up, this is ridiculous.
It's like a Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree in the radio booth. All right, just a quick moment and we'll be right on the telephone.
And this is Honesty Hour with Benjamin on network WXY21 Bubblegum radio station numbers. Yeah, that's us. Honesty Hour. Today on Honesty Hour we're going to be celebrating some of the world's most unpopular opinions. Thankfully, because we don't have a telephone, I don't have to hear any of you rebuttaling my unpopular opinions. So I will get started here. My first unpopular opinion of this fine, wonderful American evening is the moon landing was definitely a hoax. Huh? I'm looking into the booth, my production booth. Poor Samantha E. She's panicking. She's picking up telephones. Telephones are just popping into the production booth. Things are getting bad here. They're boring into the. I gotta go. It's time for the telephone.
All right, we got our first caller in. and it's somebody that we're all very big fans of.
No. Dare I ask? Who's on the line?
Hi, it's me,
Oh,
Charlie.
Charlie!
Hi, I'm still out here in Backwoods, Alabama.
Yeah, Backwoods, Alabama. All right, Charlie. Well, did you like the show tonight?
Oh, I did, and I actually have a great point for you guys.
You always do.
Yes, well, I was thinking about the Loch Ness Monster, and then you were talking about Bigfoot in that ad.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Are you going to take the trip?
I'm totally not.
No? Okay.
Because what if the Illuminati and the Loch Ness Monster are working together to stop people from looking for Bigfoot?
You think that the Illuminati is working with the Loch Ness Monster to stop people from looking for Bigfoot?
We don't have any real proof to show that the Illuminati completely left Europe. Maybe they're hiding the Holy Grail in the bottom of the Loch Ness.
And the Loch Ness Monster is some big water demon that guards the Holy Grail?
Well, the Illuminati are well known for devil worshipping and summoning.
Yeah, so... but who's guarding it now that Nessie's here in Lake Erie with us?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna like where this is going, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's two Nessies.
Two Nessies.
Yes.
Well, that's very plausible. Loch Ness, I heard, is very big. So.
Oh no!
What's going on, Charlie?
I've got to go. There's somebody at the door.
All right. Well, bye,
Might
Charlie.
Probably the Illuminati.
All right. Bye, Charlie. Bye. Yeah. All right. Thank gosh.
I thought he's kind of nice. Anyways, we actually got another letter here. And it's from Chuck from Alabama.
Yeah. Oh no. Chuck from Alabama. Wait a minute. You need to do more shows on the Illuminati.
Again?
All right. Thank you, Chuck.
All right. Well,
Do we have another caller?
We do.
All right. Hi, who's on the line? Welcome to Skeptic Sanctum.
Hi, it's me, Corba. I called last week.
Corba, are you allowed to stay up this late?
Yes, I told you last week. I'm still 21, not 12.
Yeah, that's what you tried to tell us.
Yeah, and I think it worked. Anyways.
Oh yeah, we believe you.
Anyways, this week I actually managed to get my big brother to listen this time.
How did he like it?
Well, he didn't think that the Loch Ness Monster was real. How can I prove to him otherwise?
Well, if you were on our little boat with us, you could talk to it yourself, take a picture, shake its fin.
Well, that sounds amazing. And in fact, I mean, this was great. Listening to this, and it kind of had an environmental impact on me, thinking about these great mythological creatures that might possibly really exist. I kind of don't want to be like my big brother who runs this giant multi-million-dollar corporation where he destroys thousands of miles of rainforest just to make children's playing cards.
He destroys rainforests to make children's playing cards?
Oh yes, it's really profitable.
Yeah, okay, well that sounds kind of bad.
Well, people really like children's card games.
Uh-huh. Are these like tarot cards?
No, but I mean there are dragons.
Dragons, okay. Well, what anything did you like the show, Corba?
I do. I love you guys. You're like the family I don't have.
Well, you have a brother.
He's kind of a dick.
Okay, well, beep, sorry. Thank you, Corba.
Well, I think his brother needs to give him some soap.
Yeah, wow.
All right, let's see. We do have another caller.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Skeptic Sanctum. Who's on the line?
Hi, it's me, Tina from New Hampshire.
Tina, hi.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I believe in the Loch Ness Monster so much.
Yeah?
Yeah, and like this one time I went to this really big lake and I saw a thing out in the water and I took a picture.
Yeah?
And I was told it was a log and I don't believe him because I'm pretty sure it was the Loch Ness Monster.
What lake was this?
I think it was Lake Superior.
That would not be the Loch Ness Monster.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know, the Loch Ness Monster usually lives in Scotland.
Oh, I've never been to Scotland. What is in Scotland?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Oh.
Castles.
Oh, I like castles.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I've always wanted to be a princess, you know, and I could pretend to be a princess in a castle that's not mine.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Do you think I could talk to the Loch Ness Monster?
Let me ask. Hey, Nessie. We have a caller that would like to talk to you, ask you a few questions. Is that okay? No, Tina, you're in luck. So, do you have a question for Nessie?
Oh my gosh. Wow, you're really the Loch Ness Monster? Wow, thank you. This confirmation was amazing for my soul, and I can feel myself floating up to heaven as we speak. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna call again next week.
Thank you, Tina.
All right.
I think she has issues.
Not saying a lot of our listeners have issues, but I do think a lot of people.
Why is it only the callers have issues?
I think they're the only people crazy enough to try to talk to us.
Yeah, that's probably right. All right. Do we have another letter?
Let's see what I can find here. Yes, we actually have a picture in.
Ah.
Yeah, you see, let's see, this is actually a picture of us out on the lake by little Timmy from Montana.
Hey, Timmy, thanks.
Timmy, you're wonderful. Let's see, there is the boat, and it says Horizons of Vancouver.
I think he spelt Horizons wrong. But that's okay, Timmy.
Yeah, you did a great job, Timmy, for age what I can't read. I think that's 7.
I think it's 27 actually.
Well, you know, some people, you know, that's what they can do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Good luck.
Good job, Timmy.
Good job, Timmy.
Good job.
And but let's see. Here we have Nessie in the background. And no, that's actually Bessie because there's a big B on Bessie's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's you and your little baseball hat.
Yep, that's me, definitely.
And actually they put intern Phoenix into the picture too. Yay. Big question mark, and there's the Boulder hat.
Yeah.
Now here's Nessie over here, and oh my God, not again.
Yeah. Why do they always put horns on you?
Why am I getting eaten by Nessie?
Jeez.
I mean, there is a lot of blood here for a crayon drawing.
Yeah, it's disturbing, actually.
Really nice, Timmy.
Good job, Timmy.
Thank you.
It's going on the fridge.
Okay, let's go. We got one more caller in.
Okay.
10 minutes to go. One more caller.
All right. Hey, you reached Skeptic Sanctum. Who's on the line?
Hello, it's me, Dan.
Oh, Dan. Hi.
From San Francisco.
Yeah, we know Dan. Well, did you like the show tonight?
No.
No.
In fact, I hate it. I hate everything. I don't believe in anything. And the fact that you would make up something out of something that so many people have wasted money and time on, it disgusts me in my very soul that I don't believe it.
You don't believe in nothing?
Absolutely nothing. Well, except for blue cheese.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. I'm really sorry that the only thing that you do believe in happens to be blue cheese. Anyways, though, the show is coming to a close, and we are having a slight problem here in the booth. A little bit of turbulence, so we're actually going to have to send Tom out of the booth to go ahead and try to get us back to shore. So he does say thank you everybody for listening, and he's not at all running off to the bathroom. So he does say thank you. And as we manage to somehow chisel our way back to shore on the slightly still frozen Lake Erie, I'd like to give out a shout out to everybody who stuck with us through the whole show and listened to the broadcast. It makes us really happy, and again, thank you to have you. Happy to have you. So that's and looking into the chat, we have a big shout out to Big Bird, Joss1238, Holly Joy, Nick Hill, King, Robbie Death, Omen, Dead Creek, Will Mel, and Phoenix and Tom person in chat. We don't have to thank them because they're part of the show. A big, very, very special shout out to Ross, though, for letting us do the show again this week. And we do look forward to having all of you again with us next week. Whenever, hey, Intern Phoenix.
Hi.
Do you have any ideas about what we'll be doing a show on again next week?
Well, we could actually do something on ghosts next week.
Oh, but everybody talks about ghosts.
We could talk about the superstitions behind, just superstitions.
Okay, so we'll actually do something a bit more paranormal than mythos, right?
Well, yeah, we can talk about how knocking 3 times is a superstition for certain type of demonic entities.
Yes, we can actually talk about, because there are a couple of really interesting games I have seen online that people play. Remember, like, Bloody Mary, that was really popular?
Oh, yes.
There's some that actually involve lighting candles on doorsteps and knocking on your front door until something knocks back. We could talk about that, and maybe between now and next week, maybe we could actually give that a try.
Totally. We'll have to take recordings and pictures and put them on our Facebook page.
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Phoenix. We do have an official Facebook page with the Skeptics Sanctum. Let's see if I could remember the URL, because I have the worst memory imaginable. Okay, if you go to facebook.com/skepticsanctum, it's spelled as it sounds, you'll be able to go ahead and like us and get instant updates and special opportunities to be more involved in the probably most bizarre radio network show in existence. If it's not, I have more work to do.
Much more work.
All right, let's see. We've got 7 minutes and counting. So let's see. We said thanks. We lied about what we're going to be doing next week. We lied about where Dad went off to.
We could talk more about what isn't the weather.
We already talked about what's not the weather.
No, that was the weather.
Okay, so what's not the weather?
Well, it's pretty cold out there on the boat, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is exceedingly cold out here on the boat, but thankfully spring is here. And do you actually know what does come with spring?
May showers?
No, I wasn't making a joke. Spring actually does, and this is actually very fun for Ohio. It brings out the buzzards.
Oh yeah, we get them before the Hinkley people do.
Yes.
What else do we have to do?
Well, I think that's actually about it, and I think we're gonna stop. Boring everybody with our idle last-minute chatter. Thank you again, everybody, for coming in and joining us, and we will see you all again next week, hopefully. And so we end tarot. We end as we began. Thank you for listening. This has been Skeptic Sanctum. Your co-host Raven, and Tom was here and he ran away, and intern Phoenix.
I'm paid now?
No, you're still unpaid.
Aww.
I was just lazy.
Aww.
Paranormal King Radio Network, bringing you the best paranormal hosts and guests. Bringing you the best paranormal shows and features. Playing the top musical artists from around the world. Paranormal King Radio Network. With the best paranormal hosts and guests. The best in paranormal shows and features. Playing the best musical artists from around the world.